Welcome to Lesson 2 of Art Education by yours truly, Sir Lance Patrick. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, you may subscribe now. Just click the subscribe button and notifications bell. You may also like us on Facebook. Just type The Hobbyist Artist. Like us, share, and follow us. Let's continue our lesson in History of Arts. We are now on Medieval Arts. Medieval art was produced in many media, and works survive in large numbers. They are in the form of sculptures, illuminated manuscripts, stained glass artworks, metal works, and mosaics. Under the category of medieval arts are Romanesque arts, Byzantine arts, and Gothic arts.
Most artworks during the medieval period were focused on religious Christian subjects. Whenever you hear the word Romanesque, Gothic, and Byzantine, this will fall under medieval art. As you can notice, from Romanesque, Byzantine to Gothic, majority of the subjects were focused on religious Christian subject.
Early medieval art shared some defining characteristics including iconography, Christian subject matter, elaborate patterns, and decoration, bright colors, and the use of precious metals, gems, and other luxurious materials, stylized figures, and social status. In letter A, early medieval art. The art from this period was created between the 4th century and 1050 AD. During this time, the Catholic Church and the wealthy oligarchs commissioned projects for specific social and religious rituals. Many of the oldest examples of Christian art survive in the Roman catacombs or burial crypts beneath the city. This is one example of the surviving early medieval art. This is a mosaics on the floor of the Torsillo Cathedral in Venice, Italy. On letter B, the Romanesque art. Romanesque art took shape in the 11th century, initially developing in France, then spreading to Spain, England, Flanders, Germany, Italy, and other regions as the first style to spread across Europe. It symbolized the growing wealth of the European cities and the power of the church monasteries. The large wall surfaces and plain, curving vaults of the Romanesque period lent themselves to mural decoration. Unfortunately, many of these early wall paintings have been destroyed by damp, or the walls have been replastered and painted over.
During the Romanesque period, they are focused on sculpture and architecture. But, syempre, hindi mawawala ang painting. It's still there. But most of the paintings were on the walls of the monasteries and cathedrals. Take a look.
Here is the painted crypt of San Isidro at Leon, Spain. As you can see, this is one of the examples of Romanesque architecture, then add by Romanesque painting on the wall. We have the manuscript illumination. One example is the Stavelot triptych. This is a medieval reliquary and portable altar in gold and enamel, intended to protect, honor, and display pieces of the true cross.
Now the Stavelot, this is the most detailed portable altar during the medieval period. It is foldable and easy to carry. You can bring this anywhere you go. This is a portable altar in gold and enamel, and the work is a masterpiece of the Romanesque goldsmith works during this period.
We have the Romanesque sculpture. Okay, most Romanesque sculpture is pictorial and biblical in subject. A great variety of these themes are found on capitals and include scenes of creation and the fall of man, episodes from the life of Christ, and those Old Testament scenes which prefigure his death and resurrection, such as Jonah in the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. Here's one example of Romanesque sculpture. This capital of Christ washing the feet of his apostles has strong narrative qualities in the interaction of the figures. We have the tympanum of Vézelay Abbey in Burgundy, France. This is somewhere in 1130s and has much decorative spiral detail in the draperies. Next, we have the Byzantine art. The style that characterized Byzantine art was almost entirely concerned with religious expression, specifically with the translation of church theology into artistic terms. The Byzantine medieval art began with mosaics decorating the walls and domes of the churches, as well fresco wall paintings. Here's one of the most famous of the surviving Byzantine mosaics of the Hagia Sophia in Constantinople. The image of Christ Pantocrator on the walls of the upper southern gallery, Christ being flanked by the Virgin Mary and John the Baptist. This is around circa 1261. The size is 4.08 meter by 4.2 meters. Another mosaic art, the Virgin Mary. This is photo by Ahmet Insan. Okay. This is one of the surviving Byzantine mosaic art.
Now, what is mosaic art? According to my research, okay, decoration of a surface with designs made up of closely set, usually variously colored, small pieces of materials such as stones, mineral, glass, tile, or shell. Okay, this is mosaic art.
Another one, the interior view of the frescoes dating back to 1259 in Bojana Church in Sofia. This is a photo by UNESCO World Heritage List landmark, or part of the World Heritage List landmark. Another fresco art in Nezeri near Skopje in 1164, with their unique blend of high tragedy, gentle humanity, and homespun realism, anticipate the approach of Giotto and other proto-Renaissance Italian artists. And last, we have the Gothic art. Gothic art was a style of the medieval art that developed in northern France out of Romanesque art in the 12th century AD. Led by the concurrent development of Gothic architecture, it spread to all Western Europe and much of the Southern and Central Europe, never quite effacing more classical styles in Italy. This is not Gothic art. Okay, this is the what we call Gothic emo attire.
Alright, that picture is ibang Gothic po yun, ha? Let's focus on Gothic art. Okay, the real Gothic art.
Gothic art is specialized in stained glass art, particularly in stained glass windows. Stained glass windows are one of the most recognizable features of the Gothic architecture, a style that developed in medieval Europe in the 12th century. Individual pieces of glass were cut to fit a pattern and then held together by strips of lead with small details added in black paint. One example of stained glass art, this is the Virgin and Child, master of Klosterneuburg in Austria. Active about 1335, this is pot metal, or in Filipino we call it pundidong bakal, and clear glass, black vitreous paint, and silver stain. The next one, we have the heraldic panel with the arms of Eberler family, Swiss, possibility from Basel, circa 1490, also made out of pot metal and clear glass, black and brown vitreous paint, and silver stain. As you can see, this is a very detailed stained glass art. Another magnificent stained glass art can be found or will be found in the Church of Notre Dame Cathedral. Here's another shot or pictures of the stained glass art that can be found in the Notre Dame Cathedral. We have a modern stained glass inspired art. I got this from deviantart.com. This is a collection or portfolio of artworks from various and different artists around the world. These two examples were inspired by anime.
After listening and watching the video presentation, if you have time, make some example of stained glass art in your sketchpad or in your digital format using laptop or your cell phone, might be on Photoshop or EBS Paint. You can make your own style about the stained glass art. This style is more on anime, manga style. Okay? Anything, you can create your own. Okay? Widen your ideas. Don't forget to include your name and share to our Facebook page, The Hobbyist Artist. The link for The Hobbyist Artist is found below your screen.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell for notifications. And also, like us on Facebook, The Hobbyist Artist.